Greetings, nerds. Let's discuss and modernize an artist's palette, a master artist called Caravaggio. So his palette was lead white, verdigris, not shown here as I don't actually own the pigment, lead tin yellow, another one I don't own, vermilion, I do own that actually, mercury sulfide, very toxic, yellow ochre, red ochre, we have red oxide, close enough, raw umber, and bone black. Now, with verdigris, we don't want to use that because it's not a stable pigment at all. So you have two options to replace that. You have viridian and you have phthalo green blue shade. Phthalo green blue shade is going to be the easiest one to acquire out of both, but viridian is going to be the one that's more accurate. It's the closest to verdigris, and it's lower tint strength, so it's a lot easier to use than phthalo green blue shade is. However, both can work. And if you can't find the verdigris in acrylic, not a big deal. Only really Schmenke has that. Anyways, if you just want fluid acrylics, if you just want things like so flat, phthalo green blue shade is going to be your go-to. Just remember, it is higher tint strength, so it's going to be a little bit harder to mix with. Now, yellow ochre, red ochre, raw umber, we have right here as acrylics. Works perfectly fine. Bone black, still modernized. With lead white, our only options are going to be zinc white and titanium white. Now, I am a huge lover of this zircon mixing white, so I would recommend that as the white. However, this is only by Schmenke, and it is hard to acquire. Titanium white is in every artist line, so that is going to be the one I'm going to pick. Though the zircon mixing white is closer to lead white in acrylics. Vermilion, lovely color. However, it is also extremely toxic, and you do not really find it anywhere because of how toxic it is. Now, the whole thing about vermilion is that it is said that cadmium red light is very similar to it and how it mixes, so this is going to be your option, but not everyone wants to use cadmium, so your only option is going to be pyrrole red, but it's not going to be accurate. You have to pick one of the two, either cadmium red light or pyrrole red. Just remember, pyrrole red is not going to be anywhere close to vermilion and how it mixes. So that's just something to keep in mind. That being said, cadmium red light, not everyone wants to use a cadmium. So we're just providing options here. Lead tin yellow. Now, I could not find a source of what lead tin yellow he was using. There's multiple types of lead tin yellow. One of them is very similar to PY53. This is nickel antimony yellow. A lot of companies have this. Pretty easy to find. It does contain a toxicity issue, so if you have young children who you're afraid might lick your brush, because this is a very huge no-no for licking your brush, as it can cause burns, chemical burns. That is a, huge no-no right there. So our options are going to be either cadmium medium, which is going to be very similar to type 2 for lead tin yellow. These two are going to be your closest. Though, if you don't want to use either, your only option is bismuth vanadate. I would try to say bismuth vanadate medium. However, that is impossible to find. No brand seems to have it. Schmenke used to have it, but they no longer produce it. And that's really all. So, hopefully this was, a video that wasn't boring. There you go. I still don't know how to end videos.